Have you seen the Elmo Goes to the Toilet movie?
It's a movie.
What episode number is this? Episode
6. Return of the podcast, actually.
Is it really?
It is.
It's very appropriate.
Very fitting. So yeah, welcome to episode 6. With a very special guest this time. We have our dear friend Alex with us. BrainstormAlex.
BrainstormAlex.
Thank you very much for having me.
Who's much more successful than us.
Yeah.
Well, it was nice showing us. No, it's really lovely to be here. I'm obviously a massive fan, and so it's an honor. It's an honor. I'm so
my tiny little podcast.
Yeah.
It's like
I
a
legit.
cottage.
I've
podcast
told,
was a thing. It'd be like a little cottage.
when anyone asks me like about podcasts or it just mention podcasting at all, the first podcast I talk about is this podcast, and that's 100% serious.
That's too kind.
No, I love it. I love everything.
And then they never come and ask you for podcast recommendations again.
They just completely vanish out of my life. I don't know what happened.
Did you see?
You tell everyone. Yeah, I've never once had anyone ask me for an autograph. Terrible. You're doing something wrong, Alex.
I need to big you guys up.
Give him my address.
Yeah. I'll send the paps. That's what I'll do.
Did you see what my dad said? We were on holiday earlier this year, like a family holiday. And I asked my dad for the first time if he'd ever watched or listened to the podcast, because I saw he was watching a YouTube video of Star Wars news. I was like, oh, we talked about that on the podcast. And my dad said, oh, I didn't really like your podcast. It was a bit too long and sweary.
Wow. Rude.
I'll take that.
Dad. Yeah.
Well,
It's on the Instagram. We've made a post of it on the Instagram.
It's the one review.
Glowing review. Yeah, the only review. But it's the best review.
It is, somehow.
I love the top 10 video you guys made as well.
Thank you.
I was so happy to see that.
I was all done on the spot.
That's amazing. I love.
I don't think there was any planning. I think we even just came up with what robots we were going to pick. Just as we were about to do it.
It was perfect. Oh, I loved it.
Thank you.
I could spend this
My
whole
parents
podcast
keep asking me, "Oh yeah," they know about the podcast, and they say, "Oh yeah, what's it called?" And I don't want to tell them because I know, I know there's going to be like, just so offended that I'm out here swearing at things. They keep pressuring me to tell me, and they've been trying to investigate, but I am not giving it away. I'm taking that secret to the graves. Sorry, Mum.
Every time they ask, just tell them a random letter from the title, and then they have to do the work to put it together.
May or may not be an E.
Like hangman.
So, yeah, should we talk about what we've been up to since episode 5?
No.
I want more lightsabers with more appendages. I want them to just keep going. I want like zzz, 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 like some mechanical shit.
A Swiss Army knife.
Exactly. Yeah. Why not? I mean, it's like you're carrying that thing everywhere. You might as well like put more. Like get a nail clipper on there or something.
Tweezers.
It's joking, like one of the Family Guy films, isn't it? The Family Guy
God.
Star Wars.
I've
Is it like
to that level?
Look, I will defend these Star Wars films. This Family Guy Star Wars. He gets like a little lightsaber butter knife.
Have you seen those?
Peter Griffin gets it.
Because I have seen. I've seen at least a couple of them.
I've seen the
think
first one.
so.
I can't remember if I've seen the second or third one.
Yeah.
I remember really liking the first one.
The only bit I remember is when that old man gets the floppy lightsaber. That's the only bit I remember out of all of it.
You don't remember the bit where he sings "I've had the time of my life"?
Oh yeah, and the bit where Peter's is in one of the TIE fighters. He goes na 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 na. That's the only bit I remember.
Yeah. Great kid, don't get penisy.
Yeah.
Good.
That's the line from it.
I think we should quote Family Guy for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
What's
I could. I will defend. I will defend the first 3 series of Family Guy to the grave.
Oh no, I agree. The early episode's great.
Like, as it goes on, it does lose its humor. I think Seth MacFarlane does kind of lose interest in Family Guy very quickly, but
Yeah.
I like it.
So yeah, what did you think about Red Eye C-3PO, Alex?
So I was, I'm intrigued. I remember you, Will, sending me an idea for a video to do with it, which I never ended up making. Do you remember this?
I don't think I do. No, what was that?
So you suggested that we take that bit from the trailer and then take the audio from Toy Story, where it's like,
Oh yeah,
I'm wearing my
Mr. Angry Eyes.
I'm really hyped. I'm not as like super into I'm not first to know obviously about a lot of the Star Wars stuff, and I'm not a big trailer person, so
You heathen.
to like get all this stuff is honestly just a really cool tease, because I really like the. I think I've been more of a, sorry if I'm just rambling here, but I've been more of a Star Wars fan, I think, of the newer films than the older ones, because I think it's actually I've been sort of more conscious to watch them.
Yeah,
and
that's interesting.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's why I liked Solo, and a lot of people didn't like Solo, but I watched it, like, oh, that was cool, because that was like a film that I watched as like a young adult, and you just enjoyed it.
You hadn't watched Star Wars until fairly recently, haven't you?
No, well, see, I grew up with my older brother sort of watching all the films, and me being the younger brother sort of, or I was always a little too young to watch it.
Oh yeah, was it more of just like a pedestrian viewing of it? If that makes
exactly.
Sense.
Yeah,
It's a better word for that.
So, funnily enough, like my biggest exposure to the Star Wars franchise when I was a kid was the Lego Star Wars games.
Nice.
Playing them with my brother, which was cool. It was very cool. But obviously they don't have as much of the story in there. But no, they're really fun. And then when I went to uni, me and Will started, and yourself, we watched. I think we watched most of them. I don't know if we watched the prequels together, but I remember.
I don't think so.
A bit more. But yeah, no,
I think we watched.
Yeah, I remember watching the the original trilogy and that.
Yeah, and that was really great. And I got to actually appreciate them as films.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
super hyped for this new one.
It's one of those things I do kind of wish I could watch it like as you have, like where it's kind of you're not like it's not been ingrained into you your whole life.
Yeah.
It's like with me and Will, like that's kind of like I can't even remember a time without Star Wars.
Of course, right.
I think we were saying that we don't remember the first time we saw it because it's just like it's always been around. It's just always been there. So that's why it was I really love watching it with other people who've never seen it before or haven't seen it as much.
Sort of get to enjoy it through them in a way.
Yeah.
No,
you're just like staring at them for the whole thing.
Yeah, because I did that with my girlfriend very recently.
Yeah.
No, I
should I just say her name? I watched it with her like very recently, earlier this year. Like she's gonna be watching this, so hello, I'm talking about you. Love you. Watched it with her this year. I think it was. I probably mentioned this earlier in an episode. The first one she saw was like the original one, so we actually started from like kind of in production order.
Yeah.
But like the first time she saw it was because she thought she was going to watch Wall-E.
Oh yeah.
When when me we was doing one of the film screenings and I think Will brought like episode 4 instead.
Yeah,
so
I see.
Like a week
watched
before.
it against the will.
a week before I said, "Oh, next week we're going to do Wall-E." So we showed films at university, and I said, "Oh yeah, I'll bring Wall-E next week." And then by the next week, I'd completely forgotten. I was like, "Oh, I thought I was watching Star Wars," so I brought it.
Yeah,
I think I was at that screening. I think that was.
looking
think you
forward
were,
to
yeah.
watching
Yeah,
Wall-E.
I didn't know you accidentally brought the wrong film, or you brought the different film.
And I just saw the Naomi's face drop when I said, "What Star Wars?" What?
I mean, she must have enjoyed it enough. Like, she watched the rest of it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I mean,
She
it's
loved the
partly,
Christmas special, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, I can't even remember. That was I think she watched that before episode 4.
yeah, I remember you mentioned.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. You know more about what what you did than me. Remembering it all wrong.
Has your girlfriend seen any of the Star Wars films, Alex?
That's a great question. Well, she's watched like the newer ones with me.
Yeah.
I think she's seen all of them. She's not like super duper. I think she's sort of similar to me, where it's like watching them as films as they come out, and not sort of surrounding ourselves.
It's a film, not a lifestyle.
Yeah. But no, I have. That's the thing. Is like I don't see like having having Star Wars as a lifestyle sort of as a bad thing, because I have that for other things in my life, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
like I have my other like little obsessions and stuff. So it's cool. It's really nice.
Yeah.
This is the most wholesome episode of this podcast.
Yeah. Right, so I think we should move on to the images. We have a few images here from the
Empire magazine. Yeah,
Empire
that came
magazine,
out.
yeah, because everybody loves looking at images on a podcast. But yeah, this is November.
Images that have been out for weeks already.
Yeah.
People have probably already seen.
Our attempts at trying to keep sort of relevant and recent. But yeah, this was November's issue of Empire. Oh wait, no, that's the future. Oh, we got that. So yeah, I've started a group chat, a new group chat with these images in. So if you could get those up, please.
Yeah, if you wanna join the group chat, please email us. We'll consider it.
Send us your Facebook name.
Send us a dick pic, and we'll add you 100%.
Send them to
It's
James.
got to be a good pick though.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that new iPhone camera, it makes everything look even bigger.
Yeah, put some like little emojis on it as well, like sombrero maybe.
No, yeah,
I'd appreciate that.
and like fully nude, not just like your legs and your penis, like lying on a sofa in the distance. Put some.
Yeah, that whole like
Please. Can't wait for my dad to listen to
what's
this.
his name? What's his
Sorry.
name? Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park. Who's he played by?
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. How come I can remember his name from Jurassic Park? Jeff Goldblum, that old Jeff Goldblum pose.
Yeah, that pose, but naked.
Great.
Fully erect.
Keeping it PG.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So yeah, should we start the images
looking
then?
Yeah, I'm taking a
Right.
look. This is good.
You got the first one that's got Rey and then Poe beneath her.
Looking at the wrong one. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Rey and then Poe beneath her. Let's skip that one because I don't like Poe.
J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams, yeah. Let's go to the next one. Don't like Poe.
I can't remember what the planet. I know Pisana's one of the desert planet, but for a Star Wars podcast, we're pretty fucking clueless.
That's
I can't remember what the forest planet's called, if it's even got a name. I'm gonna call it Dilko.
Dilko
Dilko Kaggins.
Wilco's.
Yeah. Looks like Wilco's.
Take a trip to Dilko. Oh, I love this picture. Sorry, I don't know which one we're showing.
Is this the picture of the Falcon and Lando?
Yeah. Look at the smile. He's got.
I know, it's
smile.
very.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it.
I don't know. It's one of those things. I feel like Billy D. Williams is probably genuinely happy to be back
Yeah.
in films.
It'd be nice
It's
to
kind
see
of a
him again.
shame that he's only just come back. To be honest, you'd like to think he was like a key player in the New Republic.
Yeah.
You know, like, appeared from like 7 onwards, but
Yeah, I was expecting him to be in sooner, to be honest. Like at the end of Last Jedi, when they were calling out for people, I was expecting him to
I
show up
almost
then.
think he'd be a good stand-in for Maz. Like, if you had to replace Maz, I think Lando would have worked.
Yeah. But yeah, that
Like,
topic,
he is a businessman essentially, you know. So I could imagine him owning a pub, the pub landlord.
investing in stocks. But yeah, that first image there with the Falcon and C-3PO, it really looks like C-3PO is going to have a big role. The more we see of this film, the more C-3PO we get.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
It is a C-3PO movie, isn't it? Basically,
Yeah.
I'm hoping. Because there was that leaked poster, wasn't there, of him holding Chewbacca's like bowcaster.
Yeah. It's going to be a wild ride.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that he just has a whole like mental breakdown. You know?
Yeah.
I've said
That's cool.
before, he is probably the most bullied character in Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
he
finally
deserves
Yeah.
like his not comeuppance. Just a rampage.
There was another image that I haven't sent to you here, but one that was released, I think, yesterday, of Zori. Is it Zori Bliss, the new bounty hunter?
Yeah.
She looks like someone from Daft Punk.
Yeah, I'm in.
She's holding what looks like the back of C-3PO's head. So a lot of people
have seen that.
Yeah, it's like this picture of her in it looks like a sort of Carillion sort of style planet, like all muggy. But yeah, she's got this circular disc that looks like the disc on the back of C-3PO's head. So a lot of people are saying that C-3PO is going to get his memory back from all the other films.
Oh, yes.
So he'll get that plugged in. It was like, I've just remembered all the stuff you guys have done to me.
Hey, you guys are all assholes.
Yeah.
Does he finally realise that him and Luke are brothers?
But,
Yeah, Anakin
maybe.
created both.
Yeah. And there was that thing as well. There was another rumour of because Anakin built C-3PO, that Anakin had something built inside a C-3PO that would make him turn to evil, and that's why his eyes go red. So apparently, that in this film, that gets activated, and C-3PO is like, I must avenge my creator. That's another theory.
That's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anakin's was just too pure in episode 1. I doubt he'd go. Yeah, I'm gonna make my robot just go fucking berserk at 60 years in the future.
You never know. Forward planning, sort of like a pension, but with a robot.
He knows he's gonna turn evil at some point. Yeah, might as well just
It's like planned obsolescence.
take some people with me. Yeah.
It's like the iPhone that slows down after 4 years or something.
C-3PO is updating to iOS 11.
The most evil operating system.
He no longer has iTunes, so he's mad.
iOS 666.
So yeah, we'll go to the next image here, which is Chewbacca holding a little baby.
I'm too far ahead.
Stop skipping ahead.
I'm at that. No.
They're in a
I wanna
different
see that
order for
image
me
of
and
that
James, I
alien.
believe.
I sent them in a specific order, and you've just ignored
Yeah,
them.
well, you're wrong.
Just find the one of Chewbacca and shut up.
I look at my own pictures. Thank you very much.
I see the Chewbacca pic.
He's going to eat that
He's
baby.
It
sideways.
does look like he's gonna eat the baby.
Yeah, like the porg. They introduce any new alien, he's gonna eat it.
Everybody dies. All right, let's go to the next one. That's enough on that.
It speaks for itself.
Chewbacca
Really,
eats a baby.
Little
I'm excited to
baby.
see that.
Bag of shite. It's
Which
the next.
picture is that? I'm gonna have to.
It's Kylo Ren
Oh, the
Oh,
Kylo Ren one.
being blown away.
It's like
I like the
standing in front of a
stormtroopers in the
jet.
background. They look pretty goofy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people falling
Silent
over
film
is
start
always
falling
funny.
over.
Yeah,
Having a game of rough and tumble.
yeah. It's like that bit in the second Superman film where General Zod is blowing everybody over, and there's like slightly cuts to loads of people just falling over in the street. That's what I hope this is.
For 90 minutes.
Yeah, the ghost of Luke Skywalker going blowing over some stormtroopers.
Dressed as Zod.
Yeah, I've heard some people say that this might be a time machine. That's one theory I've heard about this
Yeah, I
picture.
remember you bringing up time travel
Back to
before.
the Future Star Wars.
I
No, I'm interested.
don't know if I'm down for time travel in like mainstream Star Wars. I know it was a point in Rebels.
Yeah,
I was about to ask, has it been explored before?
It has, yeah. I think Will asked this before, but yeah, and
Oh,
there's like a
sorry.
key point in one of the Rebels episodes. I haven't watched all of Rebels, but I know it was like Ahsoka. I don't know if she was the first one or if she's just like rediscovered it or whatever, but she's like, from our point of view, like she's probably like the first known character to have used time travel in Star Wars.
Right.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how I feel about time travel. It feels a bit too Star Trek to me.
Yeah. As it seems a bit of a cop out to sort of.
I do feel like unless time travel is like a key point, time travel is seems a bit cheap. If that makes sense.
Yeah. So
Then again, like I know there was like a point in Endgame, like the Avengers film, but I haven't seen that, so yeah.
yeah, so I've heard that people thinking it's going to be Kylo going back in time to meet up with the Emperor. But I don't know. Could be interesting.
Does he
Could be
find
rubbish.
A sports
I
almanac?
feel like Ray would be more of a time travel person.
Yeah. He goes back to bet on the Grand National
On the
from
World Series.
2012. Yeah.
Give me some Back to the Future stuff. Space DeLorean.
And Doc is gonna say,
Yeah. You're gonna go back to the future.
Where we're going, we don't need Jedi.
I can't even remember much about
What else?
the future. To be
What
honest,
else could this picture be then? What if it wasn't time travel? What would you say this is? What's this going on about?
I have to look at it sideways because it's
Yeah.
all sent weird. I was gonna say like it could be like like the like the shields that are kind of like like when how do you even explain it? I can't even remember what the thing is. When like the Millennium
I don't know,
Falcon
it's-
comes in through the port, and
Yeah.
like there's that kind of like field.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like could that have gone, but that'd suck everything out. So
Star Wars Episode
it
9.
can't be that.
Kylo gets sucked out.
I'm in.
Sign me up, baby.
This stormtroopers lining up behind.
Yeah. What do you think it is then, Alex?
I think that it got a bit toasty. Someone opened a window, and then they're like, "Oh, fuck, we're in space."
Shit.
And he's like, "Oh god, I gotta close the window."
Yeah, it's too warm. Someone's turned the space fan on, but it's a bit too high. It's like on setting 5, so they're all falling over.
Yeah.
The floor's too slippy. Like someone's just mopped it.
I don't have a serious answer, which is as thoughtful as either of your guesstimates. But yeah.
Yeah, I've got no clue. Like, yeah, they're obviously not being pulled outwards. So
We haven't stopped to think that maybe Kylo Ren isn't like being blown, but rather his cape is caught to something and he's trying to like pull away from it.
Yeah.
And then the other stormtroopers are just slipping over because someone's recently waxed the floor.
Yeah.
They're falling over laughing.
Yeah, like I can't believe he fell for that.
So funny.
Um,
Big old Sith Lord caught his clothes on.
The
Put his
ghost
belt
of
on the doorknob.
the ghost of Luke Skywalker just told the best joke that's ever been heard, and everyone can't handle it.
Ah, that'd be great if like Luke Skywalker came back as like a Force ghost just to fuck with Kylo Ren.
Yeah, just do an armpit fart.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's.
Yeah.
On that note, we'll should move on to the last image, which is of
oh yes,
this new alien. I saved the best for last here.
it's so good.
What's his name? He's got a name. I can't.
He's got a
remember.
mustache, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, he does.
Rosalind. I'm going to call him Rosalind.
It looks a bit like Roz from Monsters Inc.
Claude.
Claude. That's a
Director,
Is it actually?
Yeah, director J.J. Abrams, cast and crew confront Claude, the Resistance's new edition at Pinewood Studios.
confront. I like it's confront like it's an intervention or something.
This magazine was like £5, and this was worth £5 just for this giant penis from Star Wars.
It's so good. It's got the folds and everything.
He looks like a mouldy Mr. Potato Head.
Yes.
I like how he's part of the Resistance though, so he's got a job.
He does have like a bit of a good go vibe to him.
Yeah,
He does look.
he's got his penis with a job.
I can't tell if that's his feed.
I think it is.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, because I didn't buy the thing, but when I went to WH Smith's to look for it, I did have a flick through just because you mentioned the alien, and I hadn't seen it before.
It's beautiful.
I thought I hadn't seen it before, and I had like just a flick through. Yeah.
I'm getting like. Do you remember the episode of Futurama where they like go to the Slurm factory? I'm getting like
Yeah.
some vibes from it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Slums Mackenzie.
Yeah.
We
Here's
wham
some
wham
skin on
wuzzle.
we do.
I was just thinking. Yeah,
I actually have a shirt that looks almost identical to the Sloane Mackenzie shirt.
I was just going to say, wouldn't he really suit like just wearing a shirt on top of that?
Yeah.
There's someone like sliding a shirt on.
With me wham wham wuzzle.
Brilliant.
The original
Anyway.
party worm.
That's my contribution. So I like the light emitting behind on his furry.
Ooh, all those
things.
horrid little men. Tell them I hate them.
I also love R2D2 sort of shyly,
Yeah.
like as if he's sort of reversing out of this situation,
He's
which is a big
scared.
mood.
Lurking in the background. Yeah.
Yeah. He's either curious.
J.J. Abrams looks like he's pissed off at the little Claude guy. So what did you fucking say?
Maybe they're just having a staring contest
Yeah.
over 2 pages of a magazine.
Do you think there's a person inside that, or do you think it's like animatronic,
I don't know.
or is it real?
I think it definitely is real. Yeah. It probably is animatronic.
I mean, with a name like Claude, you've got to be a real person.
So what do you think is
Just
going
can't
to
make
move? Do you think the little like whiskers, whatever? things?
Yeah, his little.
Do you think they're going to like go like something? Like...
Yeah, I think he's going to be like his feet won't move much, but he'll like move around a bit.
What's he gonna sound like? Is he gonna? I think he's gonna sound like like he's got like big jowls, like
Like Winston Churchill.
yeah.
We shall fight them on Scarif. We shall never.
Does he do like the Futurama Richard Nixon thing, like? Oh, Bust Nast already did that. Never mind.
He stole.
I'll bring him back.
That'd
Claude
be good.
Nast.
He was voiced by Brian Blessed. Brian Blessed
Remember in
is
that like
Penis Man.
Brian Blessed swearing compilation you sent me?
Just him
I
saying,
do think
bollocks
that
a
should
lot.
be put on top of a on top of a boss nass.
She's going to report me for saying bugger, you know. Oh, just wait till I see your mother. You're in real trouble. Oh, I say, well, if you're going to go and see her, then tell her this bugger-shaped, fuck-shaped, fucking sphincter, arsehole up your ass, up your cunt. Fuck you sideways, you fucking boring fucking whore. Fuck.
Okay, I think we'll have a break here for a second because I need the toilet again. But when we come back,
can't stop peeing.
I can't. It's just one of those days.
The man who can't
But when
stop
we come
pissing.
back, I think we'll be talking about
Things.
Alex's favourite Star Wars things.
Oh no. Okay.
A few of my
Alex's
favourite
favourite type of chili.
Well, I have big opinions on chili.
I bet my Wookiees.
Welcome back.
Hello, we've missed you.
I haven't.
Oh, you're a miserable kid.
I lie, really. I cried about 4 times.
At least.
I stopped for a bit, had some food, and then I remembered how sad I was again and carried on crying.
Cried
now-
into your food.
Yeah. But now I'm glad you're back. And we're now gonna ask Alex about his favourite Star Wars thing, as we like to do with our guests, a very special guest. Ask him about his favourite Star Wars memory.
Oh man. Well. So the main thing. There's a couple things I wanted to touch on, but the main thing of like, in regard to memory, it would be like I was mentioning the Lego games.
Yeah.
Because like I mentioned,
Classics.
it was the first proper real introduction to the series.
Yeah.
Which is really
It's a
strange.
good introduction. Yeah.
So, and I believe that the first, like, because I got the very first one, and I've played most of them since. I believe that if I haven't correct in saying that the early ones had no voice acting in at all. And
No,
it was
yeah,
all,
no,
it was
they
all just
didn't.
like, like
Yeah.
sound effects and stuff. So. My main memory of Star Wars as a child was none of the memorable dialogue or any of the quotes that any of them said. It was just
Just grunts.
just grunts and shots of and playing out scenes from it.
Who needs lines when you've got Lego people going?
It's true. Yeah, exactly.
Classic.
doing somersaults and breaking into a million pieces. I don't know. I've always been like drawn to those games in general. I don't know why. They're just really fun to play. Even as I am now, age 22, I can still play the Lego games. I don't know what's up with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the amount of people that I know that like don't even like Star Wars, but like yeah, they said like the Lego games. They love the Lego games. I think it's just a universal thing. They are just like fun to play. I think.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's like
I mean,
the co-op's brilliant as well. Just
yeah.
the way you just jump in and someone else can pick a character and just immediately start having fun with it. I
Yeah.
think it's great.
I remember that was one of the first games that I remember, like, co-op play like that, where you can just drop in and drop out.
Same. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like the first of its kind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot of games like that, to be honest.
Yeah. It was so good.
I
Like,
think
yeah,
it influenced a lot of
any
games.
time.
Like the whole drop in drop out system in video
Yeah.
games
So
Yeah.
good.
started popping up a lot more after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it as a kid and still enjoy it now, and I'm super excited for there's this I forget the
It's
title.
the Skywalker
The
saga.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
that's
looking
gonna be
forward
good.
to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
the fact that now I can get one Switch card
Yeah.
with all of them on, and then I can
Every
play it
game, yeah.
on like anywhere in the world. It's like, nuts to me.
I do the
would've
Force
blown my mind
Awakens
as a
one.
kid.
Have you played the Force Awakens one?
No, funnily enough, like
No.
I've played like more of the earlier films,
Yeah.
like the older films in the Star Wars like Lego games, and then
yeah.
the newer films I've seen, more of. But no, I haven't, and I think as far as I'm aware, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'll let you finish.
No, all I was going to say is like, so I'm right in thinking that this new game is all of them and extra things. and
Yeah. I think
Animatronic.
it's got like a few extra add-ons. Yeah. But yeah, I do. What I was gonna say is, I do think that Force Awakens is like the Force Awakens is a bit of a odd one though, because it's literally just one film, and
Oh right,
like
because
it's
they're
the
usually like
only one
trilogies
they
and stuff.
made. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember if they're gonna do the spin-offs in the Skywalker saga. I genuinely can't remember,
Oh wow, that's a good point.
but I think that'd be
That'd be cool.
I'll take it.
interesting. But I don't know if it'd work since they've only done like like two, and like they're talking about making more in the future.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see like
Oh, you think that they do like
if
a
it'd come
Lego
out as
Star Wars
add-on or something.
stories game separate, where it's like all of the
I
Star
don't
Wars
know,
stuff?
to be honest.
That'd be cool.
I do think that Rogue One would have some like good bits, to be honest.
Oh,
You know,
definitely.
like I don't know, I'm getting more like Lego Indiana Jones vibes. You know, like walking through like a little desert market.
Yeah.
You know, like on
Yeah.
Jeddah or
Oh,
whatever,
Another good Lego game.
fighting Bumface and and the Doctor as a Bezavan.
Oh, no, yeah, no, yeah, I've always just loved those games, and I've wanted to revisit them anyway. And then a few months ago, seen that the new, like, this all-encompassing games coming out. It's like absolutely perfect, and I think it's really cool because it's like people our age can play it, and then kids who are just getting into Star Wars now. Yeah, it's nice, sort of a generational thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
that's a good
Introduce them to it.
memory for me. Also, I have the couple quick fire things. I have a very specific memory of watching the pod racing scene from episode 1 when I was very, very young.
I think that's one of the best scenes from that film.
Yeah, it's probably like the best scene from episode 1.
Yeah,
Like apparently, like George Lucas always wanted to include a racing scene in Star Wars. And like that was basically his excuse, because he was always big into like cars. You know, like American Graffiti is very. I've never seen American Graffiti, to be honest, but like he's very big into his like old school like street racing kind of thing, and that was his
makes sense.
excuse to put like put like car races in one of his films.
Yeah. I like to
So-
think that that he had this idea and he was like, gotta make a trilogy before the films just for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was his excuse
Yeah,
to
it was the only
make more films. Was just to have some racing. He had the technology.
Am I right in thinking that the reason that he wanted to do the trilogy, like the earlier trilogy after, was because the technology of like the equipment to make the films would be better by then? That's the thing I've heard.
I've
before.
heard that. Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
the reason why he left those till later, but I don't know.
I'm not too sure if it's been confirmed, but yeah, I have heard that. It does sound likely, to be honest. He was very big on his like being up to date on technology, being like he was like a very like modern kind of person. He's always interested in like the newest technology.
I know he always wanted to have a fully like CG character. I know that was one of his goals.
I see. Gosh.
Because he always says Jar Jar Binks is his favourite character. In, like interviews that
Jar Jar Binks is the key to all this.
Yeah.
That's a famous quote.
But going back to Lego Star Wars, I've got a little game we can play here.
Oh, I'm excited.
I've got a collection of the death sound effects when you die in Lego Star Wars.
Oh my god.
And I want you to tell me who's dying in
Okay.
my new segment of the show called "Who's Dying." Okay, we've got the first. We'll only do a couple. I'll get the first one. First one here. Okay, who was that?
Ooh, I'll say a rebel trooper.
Right.
Can
what are
I
you
hear
gonna
it
say?
again?
Yep, of course you can.
No.
Or a
That was it.
stormtrooper.
Yeah, I don't think it's a main
It's
character.
one of the troopers.
Do you want to hear it one more time?
One more time for good luck.
It
Yeah.
just sounds like an old man being hit with a stick.
Well, it was Qui-Gon Jinn, I'm afraid. Obviously.
Doesn't sound Irish enough.
That was barely a second of audio.
Okay, we got the next one here.
Okay. Sorry, I
That-
laughed over that.
That's two. Anakin and C-3PO.
That's correct.
that order.
One of
Oh
them
my
was
God.
C-3PO. They're going too quick.
This is the blah one.
Okay, next one.
Oh, is that
Jar
Jar Jar?
Jar.
That has to be Jar Jar.
Spot on, both of you. Jar Jar Binks,
Yeah.
correct. Next one.
Oh, that's R2D2.
That's too many.
I can't press pause quick enough. Okay, that's the end of
You're
this
just looking
segment.
it up on
This sucks.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I had the R2D2 one, which was obviously the wow.
What do you mean am I just looking it up on YouTube? I can't create a soundboard that quickly.
Just create different files.
Who am I? Gareth Gates?
Yeah, I'll make the files for you, and then I'll guess them. Live on the podcast.
I'm not doing it anymore because you've ruined
Yeah,
it.
I've never even heard them before. Yeah,
I really liked your segment, Will. Thank you.
that's Anakin. That's Anakin. I can tell you that
Yeah.
for sure.
Like
He sounds
How
whiny.
short. how short James was on that bit.
If you were a Lego character, what would your death sound be?
I like the headphones coming off there.
That was really fun.
I really like the shortcut ones. Like it was.
It'd be like what's the?
Yeah. Like,
The Darth Vader one.
Ow! Ooh!
oh my god, that's so good. I forgot about that.
Oh, the classic Darth Vader's like ooh, ah. That's probably my favourite one. That. Ah.
They just sound like they've stubbed their toe, not that they're falling to their death.
Yeah.
I went to see the Empire Strikes Back live
Oh
recently.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What, live. What was
It was like they played
play
the
or
film,
musical?
but like it was a
Oh.
live orchestra.
Oh,
Got the
cool.
shirt. I'm wearing the shirt for it now, actually.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, I can't even tell you.
Breaking
Broke my
the-
background. Oh, yeah. Live in
Sick.
concert. It was
That's
pretty good. But yeah, I think to be honest, it probably does have the best soundtrack of all the Star Wars films. I think.
And it was only elevated with the live
Oh,
orchestra.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I'm very
The only
jealous.
problem is I was too focused on the film to pay attention to some parts of the music. I wish I paid more attention to the music, but yeah, it's an almost like religious experience.
I went to a
like
similar
seeing it.
thing with in Brighton. They did a thing that was like Pixar in concert.
Yeah,
And so they were doing like the musical moments like from various Pixar films, like strung together, like certain. So they'll do like one film with like different parts of the score or whatever, or like memorable parts of the score if
Yeah.
it's got a song, and then show like clips of the film on the
cool.
projector with like a full orchestra below, and it was great. But like half the time I was just like, oh yeah, that is a great bit from that film.
yeah, that's
Without
exactly,
looking down
that's
at the,
exactly
at
it.
the orchestra, like this beautiful like music coming from this orchestra.
Yeah, like one of my favorite bits of music from Empire Strikes Back is the Battle of Hoth bit where it starts with the piano.
Oh,
I completely missed that. I was too busy paying attention to the film, but yeah,
It's like, oh, yeah,
that
good film.
piano bit, for some reason, it's one of my favorite bits of the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like that Battle of Hoth bit. But yeah, no, it was an amazing thing. Last year they did A New Hope, but I didn't see that. and next year they're doing Return of the Jedi, which I think we're going to try and organise
Yeah,
a big
we
old
should all
thing
go.
for.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick.
It's fairly expensive though. It's like 40 quid a ticket. But no,
Nothing's too much for Star Wars.
we're all in the money. At least some bit of money. We'll try
Sounds
something.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing that really annoyed me though. Well, actually, I've got the highlight of it and a low light of it. Highlight: they did the 20th Century Fox theme live, which is amazing.
Nice.
That's good.
Because I have a reason for this as well. Is that the main theme of Star Wars is meant to be in the same key as the 20th Century Fox
Oh
theme.
my god,
That's a deliberate
You're
thing,
right.
just so like it wouldn't break immersion.
Yeah.
that's genius.
Innit? John Williams knows his music.
Yeah.
Um,
Damn.
That's cool.
That's
the
blown my
low light
mind.
was that people left as soon as the film finished. As soon as the credits were up, people were up and going. Why? Like the music's still being played live, the
Yeah.
whole thing,
That annoys
like,
me. That
start
yeah.
to finish.
Even if I'm seeing a film in the cinema, I like to stay till the very end just to hear
Yeah.
the music
Yeah, exactly.
and
No,
to
that's-
memorize
I like
everybody's
to hear
name.
the
People just
I like
completely
to see
tune
the-
out.
Yeah,
after credits bits, but they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
do that anymore. I don't think.
yeah.
One that stood out for me was Scooby Doo 2.
Oh my god.
Because the end credits for that was literally just Scooby Doo holding a phone up to the screen and showing a code for like the Xbox version of the
Yeah.
Scooby Doo 2 game or
Yeah,
something like that.
he's going like, fuck. He says like a very specific thing that's like, use these codes for extra somethings, like as if we're meant to know, and it's just like a
Yeah, but it's like
That's a bold
Oh,
move, Scooby Doo.
yeah. He's got that big energy, just like I know you play my Xbox game.
I waited all this time for nothing. I don't even own an Xbox.
Right, okay.
Thanks,
Should we-
Scooby Doo, you bastard dog.
It's a Scooby Doo podcast now. Do you remember in the first film where it's the shot of them in the mystery machine and there's smoke coming like from the top of it, and they pan down, and they're like Scooby and Shaggy are laughing, and then it pans down because it looks and sounds like they're getting high, and then it pans down and they're like cooking things on the stove.
Do you remember the bit where Shaggy takes like this potion and he
he
gets
gets
a woman's
breasts.
body? It's pretty hard.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I haven't-
that's been
I haven't
on my mind
seen-
for the past 20 years.
You
I haven't seen any
you haven't
any of these
seen-
films.
Have you not?
We need to sit you down and what?
I don't know if you're making up
Either of
any
them.
The thing is, it does sound like it's made up, but it's true.
I know who Scooby Doo is.
The guy who directed them, didn't he do Guardians of the Galaxy?
I don't.
I hope so.
I'm sure it was the same guy. Like, what's his name?
In my
Todd
psyche, it's
Phillips.
now going to be James Gunn. Is it James?
Yeah, I'm sure it was him. And he wanted to make like an adult version of Scooby Doo, but they wouldn't let him.
That'd be hot.
I'm pretty sure there was a bit where like Velma strips or something like that, but they were like, "You've got to delete that scene. You're not allowed it."
I don't want to watch it anymore.
But Shaggy with breasts. Thanks.
Shaggy breasts.
The guy who played him, was it Matthew Lillard? He's in Twin Peaks. He's in the new one.
Oh, is he?
See.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Have you seen Twin Peaks, Alex?
No, my dad's a big fan, and Anna's a big fan, but I haven't
really good.
watched it.
I think they're the only one of the three who's actually watched all. It's well worth a watch.
I want to see it. I think I'm more
It's
of an
well worth a watch.
exposure guy. Than
Everyone listening, even though this is a Star Wars podcast,
Yeah, stop talking about other things.
I'm allowed to like other things.
No, you're not. Stop it.
You're forgetting
Yeah.
that Scooby Doo is in the Star Wars canon.
Scooby Doo Expanded Universe.
Yeah. I was gonna say one more thing that I like that is Star Wars from the past. If I can quickly mention,
Go for
Yeah,
it.
go on.
and that is it's more of a thing of people to look up. If have either of you played or heard about the game Star Wars Galaxies?
Not really. Only through
Star
what you've
Wars?
told me.
What's
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars Galaxies. For those who don't know, was like an MMO RPG. So it was like an online Star Wars game where you played as a character in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, it's basically like World of Warcraft for Star Wars,
yeah.
wasn't it?
But like,
Oh, cool.
what's really like what was really interesting about it, because my brother played it, but I wasn't like as big of a fan back then. But I've come back and sort of looked at it and done some research about, because I'm really into like these big multiplayer games that people sort of live on. It just sort of intrigues me.
Yeah,
If like people have like their life on it, like Second Life or
They can make like bank on that, can't they? Though.
yeah, especially on Second Life.
Crazy, yeah.
Like people rent apartments and stuff on it. It's nuts.
It's mad.
But yeah, the Star Wars Galaxies thing, I was found interesting because I learned that you could be playing that game for like months and months and months and months and only ever see a Jedi like once.
Really?
Because you like, yeah, it's not like, it doesn't hold your hand through it at all. It's like you're living your own life. You might just come across a Jedi at some point, but you're not.
Yeah, I think like it was like there was like a update that changed all that, and then like Jedi became like too common.
No, that was it.
But I do like the idea of like a Jedi being like a once in like a an entire like lifetime playthrough of it.
Totally, it's
'Cause
like it's like you're living in the universe. Like
that would literally keep in time with like the universe, like because it was set like during like it was set like a few years before like episode 4. So like all the Jedi would have been in exile. So you're like the chances you would see a Jedi was like rare.
Yeah, no,
it's ridiculous.
It was interesting. Like you said, they updated the game because I think they wanted to try and get more commercial appeal by, like, they think, we'll get more players if we have more common, common things. But then all the player base was like, nah, we don't like it anymore, and then left, and so they shut the game down. But like in the past few years, they've fans have like re-uploaded the servers for it and stuff, and they're like hosting their own servers and stuff. And I don't know, it's just really fascinating to me when a whole like universal world of like a game or something like, especially like Star Wars, something like that, just being kept alive by the general public. It's really cool.
That is cool.
That is something I have looked into, that because that was something I played like the demo when I was like a lot younger. I think this was like post like that Jedi thing he was on about. But I never really. I wasn't one of those kind of people. Like I wasn't allowed to like pay for like a monthly subscription to something like that. So but that whole like fan, thing, keeping it going is something I've been looking at. But it's fairly expensive to get a copy of the Galaxies thing now, which I think you need to play the game. Otherwise, I would be on it right now, this second.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anything about it until you told me, Alex.
No, it's like as soon as I was like, Star Wars, this is the one interesting Star Wars thing I know.
That's cool.
That people might not know.
That's one of the very cool things about Star Wars. It's so big. People like know different things about it, like at different levels.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Someone can be.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like what I know is probably something completely different from Will knows, and what something either of us know completely different from what you know. You know stuff we don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. There's so much to it. You can never know everything going on. Yeah. It's very cool.
You can try, but you can try.
We can only.
As Anakin says.
But
I remember I played when I was playing the demo of Galaxies. I remember it was like on a space station. If you choose the dark side route, because I chose the Jedi and Sith option, I think. I didn't choose anything in between because I was a fucking loser back then. I didn't really. I wanted to be a lightsaber guy at the very least. And it was like, if you chose like the dark side option, there was like the space station got overrun by bugs, and it was like, oh yeah, you've got to kill the bugs because you're a evil bastard, like Darth Bastardus or something. And if you were a Jedi, you were like, oh yeah, it's unethical to keep these bugs aboard, so you've got to kill them all. That's something I didn't get. It was like, it doesn't matter what you do, you've got to do that. You've just got to kill the bugs. And that was like the demo. I was like as far as I ever played. But yeah, I just thought it was like a bit cheap. Like I said, it was probably like post the Jedi expansion,
Yeah.
like where they were just everywhere. So I think it was just looking for any excuse for anyone to have a lightsaber.
Probably. Just be like, yeah, lightsaber. Cool.
Yeah, but they've
buy
got
the
that
game.
Old Republic at the moment, which is supposedly like really good. I've never played it.
I mean, either.
Apparently, it's got like, from what I've heard, it's like got like one of the best like like free to play like models, like
Oh, really?
MMO things. Yeah,
Hmm.
so I think it's something that's well worth like looking into. To be honest,
I shall.
don't have the time to like you said like make an entire career out of it, which I think you need to do if you want to get anywhere.
Just invest so much time and money and like
Yeah.
responsibility to it. It's nuts.
It's a sad truth. Right, I think we should bring it home with a few questions.
Sounds good.
Now, if that's okay with you two gentlemen.
Yeah, it's fine.
All good with me.
Let's go.
If
For
that's okay with the audience.
Yes, it's okay.
it. Thanks.
There we are.
Okay,
You heard it here first.
we have the first one here from SDR from Twitter. Sure. What if Yoda was 6 feet tall and smoked weed?
Well, I don't think much would be different. The only difference is he'd be 6 foot tall.
Yeah. Do you think his
Because
legs would be the majority of him, or his like body?
I think it'd be pretty freaky to like see someone who's like got like human like proportions, but like Yoda's
With his
head.
head,
That'd
yeah.
look
Oh.
fucked.
That would be disturbing.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, he'd still have to have that like kind of like little short body, but like 6 foot tall.
But
Yeah.
What if he's
I-
wearing the cloak around him for like 6 foot high and then the head, so you don't actually see like, the proportion.
Just thinking about it, we don't know how long Yoda's legs are, do we? Have we ever seen?
No.
That's true.
Oh yeah, no, we have. Episode 2?
I think what we
maybe?
should do is
Episode 1, you see him cross his legs. Episode 5, even the first one.
each of us should draw a picture of what 6 foot tall Yoda would look like.
That's good. That's
And
good.
for people watching the video, we're going to put those 3 pictures here. Boom, boom, boom. Which one's your favourite?
Yeah.
Tell us, and we'll ignore it. Okay. On
Don't
to the
tell us,
next.
we don't care.
Yeah,
do.
I like Alex's point of him being like a guy trying to get beers at a bar, just like this massive bloke, but in like a really long robe.
Yeah.
I like that idea, and a hat. He needs to have a hat.
I don't know where his hands would come out of like the robe.
Yeah,
I
That
think
was
he should be like
flies.
6 foot tall, but still have like little Yoda
Yeah.
hands. So he's just got like little T-Rex hands.
Like leans
Like he
over,
has to
like
bend down to reach
yeah,
like his
bends like
drinks
that.
or whatever.
To lean over to get to
and a really long tongue to pick things up.
what
Okay,
that
right.
tongue
6
do.
foot Yoda with a 6 foot tongue.
But we haven't.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure on Dagobah, he's probably got like that weed growing. He's probably got the ganja.
Definitely, he's
Like,
900
that's
years
just-
old.
Why he speaks funny? He just thought it'll be funny if I just spoke backwards.
Just high
He just kept with it.
It's off his face 24/7.
That's why he's so green.
Yeah,
That was a horrible joke.
he just needs more ears. Like there.
That was the joke of the
Shouldn't
show.
like
Alex.
leaf.
I'm ready to leave now.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure like all the stews he makes, he's got to sprinkle some of it in.
this is Yoda's secret recipe.
Oh, you
I'm
think
pretty
he's-
sure. I'm pretty sure he's just high 27. He was like, I'm just gonna fuck with Luke.
Yeah.
That's why it's just like one of those ideas you get when you're high. It's just I'm just gonna fuck with this guy.
Eat his food. Throw his
Yeah, I'm
stuff
not Yoda. I'll show you where. I'll break into his house.
Well, this is where I live.
Do you think he eats edibles, or he smokes some blunts, or is a bong guy?
I'm pretty sure he uses his little walking stick as like a holder for it.
Oh, I see.
Classy.
Yeah.
Classy. Nice.
Good.
He's thought about this, James has.
Yes.
Okay.
This James has.
That's why he says that so much.
Oh, I think this might be an idea of what 6-foot Yoda would look like if he took his robe off, and this is a Pez, the Pez dispenser would be a little bit taller than that, but yes.
Really skinny.
Well, Pez dispensers have feet, don't they? That's fucked. Why?
They do.
Why do they have like feet that like look like feet, and then they just have nothing?
I
Then
mean,
they've got the head.
Answers on a postcard, please.
it's like
Okay. I have a Darth Vader Pez dispenser. It's the only Pez dispenser I ever got. I remember it was a Mr. Incredible one. It really confused me because he had a bald patch on. And like Mr. Incredible does not have a bald patch, but the Pez dispenser did. So I feel like they based it on concept art. When
That's a
Mr.
great
Incredible
point.
had a bald patch.
They might have done.
Like,
But it always bugged me.
Okay, right. Next.
Or is Mr. Incredible using that like like that?
Stop talking about Mr. Incredible's bald
No!
patch.
This is
We need to-
important.
We need
No,
to have
it's
the
just-
next
he's
question.
just like just for men or something. Oh no,
Yeah.
That's
Or is he like? Is he wearing a toupee throughout the whole of like the Incredibles films?
He puts Bisto gravy granules on his head, rubs them in, hides the bald patch.
That's smart.
Question
So I need real answers.
answered. Okay, next question is from
Why is
Leo.
Mr. Incredible bald? That's the next question.
Because he has to deal with you every day. Okay, from Leo Healy at Twitter. If you had to fight one Jedi, no weapons, who would you fight?
Oof.
Let's start with you, Alex.
Oh my god.
No weapons. Just a big old punch up.
I don't have any strength in my arms.
Do you think you could take Yoda on?
Well,
Kick him?
I feel I
He
could,
is like
but I
one of the
don't
most
want
powerful Jedi of all time. Like,
Is this who I think I could?
could he
beat in a
use?
fight?
Could Yoda use Force powers? If it's a punch up, can he use Force powers?
'Cause
I'm
it's
gonna
using his
say-
hands.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes because there's no weapons, but you can use the Force.
But do I have the force?
I think that's something you have to find out for yourself.
Maybe I need to
Yeah.
learn. Maybe
I'm gonna
maybe
say-
that's what this is. Just the process.
I'm going to
of-
say yes just for this
Okay.
question.
Yeah.
Yoda.
Yoda. I'm gonna take Yoda.
Okay.
But we'd
How
have
about
a
you, James?
we'd spoon after.
Nice. I like that answer.
So what about you, Alex? I mean, not Alex. Will.
He just answered stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about
Yeah,
Yoda.
no, you asked him first. I'll ask him next.
I like your thinking.
What about you, Will?
I would fight some of the younglings because they've just learnt they don't know anything. They're stupid.
Oh, that beats my answer. Which one would you do? Would you fight? You have to fight one though. Would you fight one of the ones from episode 2, or would you fight the Master Skywalker? There's too many of them. What are we going to do?
I'd fight, him, because he doesn't know what he's talking about, and Luke at like episode 4 because he
One
just
at episode 3, Luke, he's a baby. You can't.
Oh, that's
even
true.
He doesn't even know what Force powers are.
yeah, baby Luke. That's my answer. As soon as he's born, kill him, and he's dead. Punch him because babies have got like squishy heads.
Yeah, they've
Squish
got like
it.
more bones in their heads. So they can,
Just
like,
like finger
Yeah.
into it, like.
Like that. Dead.
Good.
I've saved. Well, I haven't saved the universe, but I've killed Luke. What about you, James?
Yeah.
Could you kill young Anakin?
Oh, definitely, yeah. With his bowl cut.
I don't know. I would respect that bold cut. That's bold. That's a bold move.
So just with our hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have said it. There's a guy called. I don't know. I've never heard his name like pronounced. Yarrell Puff. Yarrell
Right.
Poof.
It sounds like an insult.
Like he's like he just looks really scrawny. He's got like a really long neck. He's not a Caminoan. I don't even know how you pronounce that either.
She'd break his neck.
You beat him up.
Yeah, I'll put a picture in the chat and hopefully it'll appear on screen at some point. But yeah, he looks well scrawny. I could snap his neck. At the very
Big old punch to the neck. Okay. We've got quite a loaded question here.
Okay.
So I want quick fire answers from both of you.
Okay.
Okay, first up, was Jar Jar a mistake? Go.
no, it was purely intentional.
Nah.
Okay.
I knew what I was doing.
I mean, like the George quote, Jar Jar is the key to all of this.
Exactly.
He knows what he's doing.
Okay. Is there a force power you hate?
No.
I'm really trying to think. Like,
I mean,
there were so many in like the old canon.
Yeah. I think they're all good, to be honest.
yeah.
There's. I remember one of the Star Wars books that annoyed me. This isn't anything to do with the Force either. It's just that, like, the way the guy wrote it, it was like every time like a Jedi was like thinking of something, of like how someone else thought. Like, oh yeah, I bet you're thinking this. It's like it was like written as Leia didn't even need to use the Force to know that Han was angry or something like that, and that was like every other bloody time that somebody was trying to guess the emotions of someone else. Like, oh yeah, they didn't need to use the Force to know that Lando pissed himself in like primary school.
Speaking of piss, I need the toilet again.
God.
Is this
Sorry.
a break?
No, keep on answering. The next one is, what force power would you like? I'm going to go for a wee while you decide.
Would I like to have, or would I
guess-
like to see in Star Wars?
No, I think he means like what we would want to have personally.
All of them, to be honest. I think the Force is
Yeah.
an
if it was a
encompassing
package
thing.
deal.
If you have one, you can do them all,
Exactly.
at least a general bunch.
I think just the ability to like move things, like to like lift things with your mind.
One of my
So-
favorite ones was in The Last Jedi. I do like that Force projection thing. I
Oh,
do
yeah.
think that's really cool.
It's pretty
But
sick.
as we've seen, you probably die from doing it.
Yeah, not worth taking that risk.
I don't know. If I could like just I don't know, just haunt someone for like at least a minute. Go,
Hey, how's it going?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going? And then just disappear.
Those were the two best force powers I've ever heard.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks.
We
Great.
definitely answered that snappily and to the point.
What
And
about
my
you, Will?
answer-
What force
my
power
answer
would you like?
I'd like to force control my bladder because I wee too. Okay. Next question. From the same. This is the same person that just asked lots. What planet is the worst in your opinion?
Whatever planet you're from, Will.
Well, that hurt. But I accept that.
In the films or just in general?
I guess in the films, but like real life as well. If there's if you really hate Pluto or something.
Yeah, I fucking hate Mercury.
I've got a big problem
Oh.
with Uranus. Waka waka. That's all, thanks.
Okay, we can't top that one, so we'll go on to the
No.
next question.
It's bringing all the dad jokes.
Okay, the next one is from. Oh, that one was from Sharky Heart at Twitter. Thank you. And we've got
Sharky like that Crazy Bone.
shut up.
Do you remember Crazy Bones?
I do remember.
Do you remember the one that everyone was after, like Sharky?
Was that the one where they all wore bowler hats?
No, you're thinking of Laurel and Hardy.
I haven't thought about Crazy Bones in so long.
I'm thinking of Funny Bones.
Oh, I know what you're thinking of. You're thinking about the skeleton.
Funny Bones, yeah.
Yeah, Funny Bones. No, it's not there.
Beneath the dark house, there was a dark street, and there was a dark skeleton man. Funny Bones. So we have a question here from Vocity VA on Twitter. Boo City, who says, "Why is Star Wars so big? Like, I get why people like it, but to me it's pretty mediocre. Not the biggest fan, but still confused as to why. Thank you and Merry Halloween. Time for chocolate eggs." I think it's a very
That's the main
interesting
thing.
question there.
Yo, I want chocolate eggs now.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh.
I think, I think Alex would have the best answer for that because
Yeah.
he's a more recent fan than we are. I think
Yeah,
he
we've
can
known
give
it all his lives, so
Alex can give a better idea as to why it's good or why so many people like it.
Yeah,
Like a fresh pair of eyes.
I think that that sort of question extends to a lot of the sort of big fan base driven things where there's somewhat of a cult following behind it.
Yeah.
So it can look a bit intimidating from the outside to sort of get into because it's like there's so much you don't know, but everyone has their own different perspectives and stuff on it. And yeah, I mean, I think it's like we were discussing earlier. I think that it's fun for fans who've grown up with it their whole lives to sort of vicariously live those moments again by introducing new people to it. As to like what makes it appealing in general, I think it's just cool fantasies, stuff you can lose yourself in.
Exactly.
And the music's great. And if you like those two things and can sit still for 2 hours, then you're fine. That's, I don't know.
can't still sit still for 2 minutes.
And also just like it is a bit overwhelming, but there is like so much media. Like there's so much like video games and TV shows and movies, stuff like that. And yeah, like you've seen from the way that I've gotten into it was through the video games.
Yeah.
And even then, just like a silly video game with it. Yeah, I think it's just no one's like writing a test or no one's testing you on Star Wars. Everyone's just here to enjoy it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if people are being that way, then they're stupid and they should shut up.
So it's escapism as well, isn't it? I think.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I almost think like at a modern scale, it's like a modern standpoint. It's almost like the scale of it. Like you said, Alex. There's like so much. There's like the games, there's the comics, there's the books, there's the board games. There's like
I think there's more like content for Star Wars that I don't know if in my lifetime I'll ever consume everything that exists of it, which is a really weird thing.
I think we're the same. Like we're like big into it.
Yeah.
Like
that's one of the things.
I think when it started, I know like one of the first memories of Star Wars is like my dad telling me that he saw it 17 times at the cinema when it came out. Like
that's amazing.
Yeah, like when it first came out, like 1977. Like I think in that case, it was like the fact that it was so different from everything else. Like it did, like completely stand out. Like there was nothing else like it. Like almost in a sense, can you name anything like it now?
No,
it's.
not really.
I think it is such a unique thing. Like
it's.
I had an argument with my girlfriend. Not an argument, but like it's like about like is it sci-fi? But no, I think it does cross into space fantasy in a sense.
Yeah, so it's fantasy.
It's like Lord of the Rings in space.
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah,
more than like science fiction.
I think that's it. I think
But-
you have to be a science fiction fan, I think, or at least be interested in science fiction to really enjoy it. Okay.
I do think.
Yeah.
I do think a whole thing about it is, yeah, like I said, from a modern perspective, is the scale. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much to kind of like
That's true.
just like dig your teeth into. Like, you've got like what, however many films, like
Yeah.
canon or non-canon, like cartoons, books, everything. Like, there's so much to kind of like, it's like just at least. Like, from my perspective, it just seems like interesting. It's just stuff that I want to learn more about. At the end of the day, yeah, it is just like people. It's none of it's real, but like,
Yeah.
it's just so much to like, just like, yeah, I don't know, keep yourself occupied in a sense. Like, it's just
Yeah.
keep yourself interested.
That's one of the things that made me get into it a lot more after meeting you, James, was just the amount of stuff. Like, I thought I knew most of the stuff about the films and the characters, but after meeting you and finding out all the different things about the expanded universe and all that, like, you can literally think of anything and then look it up on the Star Wars wiki page, and there'll be a page about it.
Like,
It's just that whole that whole world building, I think, is something that draws a lot of people in, is the whole world.
yeah,
So
just,
we had a fan
like,
at the
I
door.
don't even know like what a tenth of it, to be honest.
Exactly, yeah. There's so
But,
much.
yeah.
And
You could literally
bananas.
become a Star Wars historian. I'm pretty sure you could get that as a legitimate job.
Yeah.
Could teach it in university.
Yeah.
I'd
like-
do that.
Bananas don't
Look,
exist
if you're
in Star
hiring,
Wars.
I'd more than happy to learn it. Please hire me.
I need a job.
Wow.
That was one of the things from Solo. I don't know if I told you some of the writers for the Solo film, the people who did the Lego movie, wanted to make a joke about a banana, but some of the people at Lucasfilm said, sorry, you can't do that because bananas don't exist in Star Wars.
Bullshit.
Is that the reason they?
I'm
they
pretty
got
sure
fired?
bananas could legitimately exist.
And it's true. Look it up on Star Wars Wiki. There's nothing about bananas.
Do you think that's why they got fired?
Probably. That was
No,
the one
here's
thing.
the thing.
You can
there's-
write whatever
there's
you want.
bloody-
If you talk about bananas, we're going to have to kick you out.
Have you seen episode 2? That bit where the bloody Anakin shoots the space pear into Padme's mouth.
It's not a banana, is it? It's a pear. Different things. We've got the last question here to close off this episode. From Anis, Pumpkin Bits on Instagram.
Instagram. Not
Do you think-
Instagram. Completely different.
Do you think anyone's ever eaten a Wookiee?
Yeah. Probably other Wookiees. I feel like they like being a proper boring, miserable cannon shite during the early days of Wookiee civilization. I feel like they probably would have cannibalized each other.
Probably, yeah. Got to
What do you
survive
think?
somehow.
What do you think it would taste like? Buffalo.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
like some kind of cow.
Something you'd find on the range.
Probably a bit stringy as well, though.
Yeah,
Um,
lumpy.
Pulled
reindeer,
beef, maybe.
maybe.
I don't know.
That's the sort of quality content we bring to you here.
Would
On
you
the
would
sacred-
you eat a Wookiee rare or medium or well done?
Or blue. Slap it
Uh-oh.
on both sides. Shove it in my gob.
Milk marinade. Blue milk marinade.
That sounds like a jazz song. Hi, folks. It's the Blue
Probably
Milk
already is.
Bit of,
I think that's
yeah.
a solid point to end on.
I think
Were you
so.
saying something then, Alex?
All I was going to say was a bit of blue cheese dressing on the Wookiee. That was it. I don't know where I was going with that thought.
Do you think blue cheese is canon?
Oh yeah, because blue milk.
Like,
Be
yeah,
extra blue.
But it wouldn't be the same blue cheese that we have. It'd be like
Is blue milk?
Purple.
Is that the same milk that he was drinking from the nipple in the previous?
no, that was green milk.
That was
Green
green milk.
Get your
Oh, okay.
facts straight, Alex.
I'm a fake fan.
Green
wonder-
milk from the Salus siren or whatever it's
Oh,
called.
it was green, wasn't it?
That would be another thing to look up. Green cheese in Star Wars.
Yeah. Maybe that's what
Hey,
I'll explore in the next
Do you
one.
think anyone has like purple milk? Any aliens?
No, that's just stupid. What a stupid thing to say.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna look it up now. Blue cheese, green cheese, Star Wars. Hey Siri, look up green cheese in Star Wars. Cheese.
Cheese is canon.
Your canon. We're supposed to be ending the episode. Now we're looking up cheese.
My lactose intolerant ass.
Oh.
Can't handle
The
these
cheese
Star
cheese
Wars
page in
cheese.
Star Wars has probably one of the shortest articles, but it's got so many appearances. Cheese was a food. That's the first sentence.
What's a food? Dear God.
One can get too familiar with vegetables.
The Darker offered Chewbacca a piece of cheese with living things moving on it. That's like a third of the article. That's literally a third of the article. It's just that sentence.
The first appearance of cheese on the Star Wars wiki is from Dooku. Count Dooku.
Oh yeah.
Count Dooku liked his cheese. And on that note, I think we should end this episode.
Sounds good.
So thank you, Alex, for joining us.
No,
Yeah,
no
thanks.
problem. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be back.
We hope to have you again sometime
Totally.
because it's been a real pleasure. So thank
Thank
you
you.
for joining us.
Thank you very much. It's always nice to be on my favourite podcast.
Oh, thank you. I know you're lying, but it's nice to hear
No,
it.
I promise I'm not lying.
It's nice to at least be like sweet nothings.
But yeah, we hope
It is.
to have you again on. Maybe have you on
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
a video or something like that. in
Yeah,
the
we should
future.
do a live one. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Plenty
Thank you.
more.
Join us next time.
Hopefully, we'll actually start being weekly again, rather than like stopping after a few episodes.
That's been very hopeful, James.
A man can dream.
A man can dream, you know. A man can dream. See you next time. Episode 7,
Goodbye. Ooh.
the last episode. No, it's not.
Oh.
We'll
It's not
see.
the last episode. It's the next episode. Thanks.
Star Wars: The Next
Bye.
Generation.
Da, 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 da.